A lot of gas.
I think we're live now.
All right.
The internet is not nice to us these days. I don't know. That was weird. But here we are, fantasy fishing, Lake Champlain.
2020.
Bassmasters Elite Series.
Yes. Plattsburgh City Marina.
Yep.
West side.
Yep. Vermont to the east.
Vermont to the east, Quebec up north. Although Quebec is off limits.
Yep.
So don't go there. Thursday, July 30th through Sunday, August 2nd. Same takeoff and weigh-in times as last week at the St. Lawrence. So 6:45 takeoff and 3 p.m. weigh-ins.
Cool.
Yep.
Last week.
Yes.
St. Lawrence River. Let's just hit that real quick.
Okay.
Stout Sportsmen North had a very good week. I don't think Stout Sportsmen South had a very good week.
No.
Kim and I did really well.
Stout Sportsman pick didn't do too well.
No.
They did horrible. I don't know who made those picks, Scott.
I didn't make all of them.
I'm right. I don't know. There was a couple. I don't know. It was just random guys we kind of threw in there last minute, but
yeah.
But yeah, you and Kim did very well. You guys made up a lot of ground. Sure.
Yeah, and I had one. She had all 5 of hers make it to Saturday, the top 40.
Yeah.
I had Keith Combs who missed. I think he finished like 44th, just out.
Missed the cut. 44th. Yep.
Yep. And then going into the top 10, I had 4 guys make it, and she had 3. And her one guy got bumped out, I think, by my guy. My Brandon Polnick made the top 10.
Yes.
And I think Gustafson was either 11th or 12th. I forget where he finished.
Yeah, he was just outside. Yeah, 12.
Yep. But it just proves that if you can get all your guys in the top 40, you're gonna have a good score.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the goal, is to make it into day 3, and then hopefully your day 4, if there is a day 4, hopefully you can. Ideally, you'd like at least 3.
Yeah. So
I ended up with 2 guys fishing on Sunday, both the brothers.
Yep.
Obviously, they finished first with Chris and 7th with Corey, but I still finished with 1,221 points for the week. That's not too bad. I mean, it's like a good average, but considering the points that everybody else in fantasy was putting up, I mean, you can't compete when people are putting up over 1,400 points. You just can't. And most of those people had 4 guys fishing on Sunday.
Yeah. And I think rolling into this week, it's going to be hit or miss, depending if you take somebody. There's a lot of high percentage guys again this week, like there was last week. And I know myself, I've got a little bit of a mix between some guys that are higher and some guys that are lower. There's certain guys that are. I mean, when you're in the 40% in the bucket, I mean, if you miss on that, you're going to be, kind of SOL on that. So,
yes.
But then if you hit on it,
if you hit on it, good. But everybody else did good. If you miss on it, hopefully you miss better. You miss closer to the bullseye.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our picks.
All right.
Bucket A.
I'll let you go first.
I am going with 8% owned Scott Canterbury. Mm-hmm. I think he finished 42nd or 43rd at St. Lawrence, so he's not too bad on smallmouth, but he is a largemouth guy. So I think he, being angler of the year, he fishes pretty well no matter where they go.
Right.
So I'm going to go with Scott Canterbury.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's a good pick. He's versatile. He's a veteran. And yeah, I have no qualms with that at all. My A bucket pick is going to be at 2.5%. It's going to be Chad
Pipkins.
Yes.
I looked at him too.
Yeah. And I mean, kind of going through some of his previous events, 2017 Elite, he was 36th. 2018, the Open that he fished, he finished 19th. And I don't know. I think he's due. I think he has decent versatility. And being a Michigan guy, I think he's used to that, the northern waters. So I think it'll be kind of at home for him.
I will say that the FLW tour used to go there all the time.
Yes.
And the elites, they've been on and off there. Yeah. So a lot of these guys do have prior experience there. You go to the St. Lawrence River and there's guys that they've never seen it before. That's their first time going in.
Right. I mean, the elites have been to the St. Lawrence for years now.
Yeah.
But for Champlain, for Bassmaster anyway, it's just primarily been opens other than 2017. Yeah.
All right. Other big picks in that bucket. Polnick is always, he's good no matter where you go.
Yeah.
And Hartman, but those two, and Jamie Hartman, he's from New York, so he kind of knows that area.
Yeah.
But you're also talking about guys that are getting picked 24 and 23%.
Right. Same thing with Mueller. He's a 20.5. And sure, I would have, at one point, a couple days ago, I had Hartman in there starting, and then I went to Mueller, and I'm like, no, I want somebody with a smaller percentage, and I have to make up a lot of ground. With only a couple of events left, so I need to start swinging, calling my shot, Babe Ruth style. So if I don't, that's primarily why I went with Pipkins, is just because of his percentage, and he does have decent experience up there. So,
yep. But yeah, Paul. It's tough to pick Mueller, and I'll even say Chris Johnston. Just, you had to spend a lot of energy last weekend.
Oh yeah,
being out there all 4 days.
Yes.
That last day battling those waves.
Yeah, those guys got to be whooped.
I know how tired I am going out and fishing.
Right, and you're probably not fishing a full 8 hours or so.
Oh no, well, 6, but still, I'm also not competing.
Right, that's true, but you're also in a smaller boat. You're in 18 compared to they're probably running 21. So a little different. But.
All right, bucket B.
Yes.
I went with the safe play, 43.8% right now owned. Seth Fighter. Okay. He excels. He can fish smallmouth. He loves that largemouth in the grass.
Yes.
And I think it matches up very well with what he fishes at home in Minnesota. A lot of the lakes are very similar.
Yep, I agree.
And at 43%, I can't take somebody else and hope.
Yeah. I was very strongly going to go with Fighter, and I switched to Brandon Lester instead.
Okay.
Lester is 7.3. And let's see, the 2017 Elite up there, he finished 6th.
Oh, not bad.
And 2018 at the Open, he finished in 4th. So I'm pretty confident there. 7.3. Like I said, with the Pipkins, I gotta step outside the box a little bit. So that's completely what I'm doing. Otherwise, I would have picked Fighter for sure.
All right, let's just jump into bucket C.
Yeah,
and get through these. I went with John Cox at 10.3%.
All right.
I think he can go fish his shallow grass if he wants. And I also see those big numbers for the Johnston brothers, 20% and 36.9. And you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb on this one.
Yeah, why not? I am going to take one of the Johnston brothers, one of them, and this is going to be one of the higher percentage picks of all 5 of mine. Yeah. I'm not going with Chris though. I think that Corey is a slightly better largemouth angler, slightly. I don't know. I don't I don't think Chris is gonna win 2 tournaments back to back.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do well.
Yeah.
I would put money on that he'll fish Saturday, but I don't know. And I think I went with Corey a lot too because he is at 20%.
Yeah.
So.
Corey did say on live, they asked him why he didn't go out and fish Lake Ontario, and his answer was, I even if I catch a huge bag, I still can't win.
Right.
And there's no point of it. And then he followed it up with, I'm ready to move on to Champlain.
Oh.
He's like, I like Champlain. So
good. Fair.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But I mean, regardless, it was a great payday. They split the money, so you got one finished first, and Corey finished 7th, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He moved up a little bit.
Good payday for them.
All right. Also in that group.
Oh,
yeah. Also in that group, John Cruz has a lot of history up there, and Stephen Kennedy is a decent pick.
Yeah. Yeah. Cruz was a little disappointing last week on the St. Lawrence for us.
Yeah.
He was one of our Stout Sportsmen combined picks, and he kind of he dropped the ball. Just to say that.
Group D.
Yes.
Go ahead and share your wisdom.
Wow. So they didn't put the pundit picks up until I think this morning. So I went through, and I always read all the pundit picks, just see where they're coming from, and a lot different than what I had in mind. I was basing a lot of my stuff off of past events and where they finished. So originally I had Greg DePalma as my pick, who's at 44.3 as of like an hour ago, and Jesse Tecarante.
He's
got quite a bit of experience up there. It was mixed finishes, and then I watched. I looked at the pundit picks, and then I watched
Andrew Upshaw.
Yeah, Upshaw, and I'm like, oh, geez. I'm like, who the hell is this Brian Schmidt guy? So I'm looking at him, and I'm like, oh, 14.1. I'm like, why didn't I see him when I was looking at stuff the other night? And so you had said just before we went on that he was at like 9-something% just the other day.
Yeah, I think yesterday I went through my picks, and I think he was at like 9 or 10, and now he's up to 14.
All three of the pundit picks have Brian Schmidt as their number one for D group. So that 14% is going to be, I guarantee you, it's going to be over 20%.
Yeah.
So I shied away from that, and I'm going with my local guy, Destin DeMarion.
Yeah. 2.4.
Here's the main reason. It's not because he's local to me. He fishes smallmouth on Lake Erie because he's an hour away, and in the wintertime he is down south fishing Florida, doing a lot of guiding down there. So he has the versatility to fish large or small and be good at it. So, and he's at 2.4%. Those are the two reasons I went with him. Period. That's it.
I now that you built that all up, I went with Brian Schmidt.
Brian Schmidt, who did finish first in the 2016 Open.
Yeah.
So I guess he's got quite a few wins and really good finishes up there.
Yeah, he's from Maryland. It's not too far. So, all right,
yep.
Let's get to bucket E.
Wow, this was a tough one.
Yeah, I took the chalk. I just took Lee Livesey with 38% because, I mean, after that, there's Rick Klon and there's, who else is there? David Fritz. Those are names from, I mean, you can't get much more names into bass fishing than those two guys, but
yeah, I mean, those are your veteran guys.
Yeah.
That are E.
So I want Lee Livesey 38% right now.
And my highest percentage pick for this week, I went with Rob Downey. He is Wisconsin, 29%.
Yep.
And I think 2 out of the 3 pundits had him in the mix. One is a main pick, one is a dark horse. But in the E group, I wanted to have somebody that's fairly high picked percentage wise. I'd rather take a swing on some of the other buckets than the E group.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will say that there's one group that you don't like swing very hard on is the bucket E. After a few tournaments, when things shake out,
Yep.
you get these lower level guys that it's hard to swing on some of the names in that group.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, there are other guys in that group that are veteran guys that could do well. Like you got your Rick Morris, who could do something.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Kobe Krieger. I've heard his name thrown around a little bit, but no, I'm just going with Rob Downey.
I wonder if he should be sponsored by, isn't there Downey paper towels?
Right.
He should be the paper towel boat.
No, Downey is.
There's Downey. Softener. Is it? Oh yeah.
Fabric softener.
I'm thinking of Bounty.
No, we're not sponsored by Downey. But what I did bring to work tonight, Little Caesars.
Sweet.
We're not sponsored by them either, but I'll give them a shout out. And by the way, yes, I am at work. I'm working hard. So this is the only way we could do a video together because I'm stuck on second shift for a while. And we are no production this week. So I'm just kind of chilling in my office, been doing some Bassmaster research and enjoying some downtime.
Nice. All right. What do you got for your weights?
Ooh. What did I come up with? I was looking at previous weights from the 17 Elite and a bunch of the Opens, and a lot of them were like mid 50s to 60. And then I realized those were only 3-day tournaments. So I'm like, well, I gotta switch things up a little bit. So I'm going with 71 pounds, 7 ounces. There's a little more to it than that, but
yeah. Right now I have it set at 80 pounds, 5 ounces. I'm thinking 20 a day.
Yeah.
It's going to be a shootout. And I think it's going to be 20 a day.
I think there's going to be a lot of largemouth.
So
a lot.
We will see.
Supposedly the weather is supposed to be, as of right now, is supposed to be fairly calm. So I think you're going to get a lot of those guys making that 70-mile run down to Ticonderoga to fish for them largemouth.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to wrap it up here. We'll let Matt get back to his nap and Little Caesars.
Napping.
And I'm gonna go eat too myself. So,
all right.
First for Matt and Scott, good luck. Good luck on your picks.
Good luck. Hopefully you did better than me last week.
Yeah. All right.
We are Stout Sportsmen, and stay stout.
We are out.